Morning, Facebook friends. So, another one of Don Miguel Ruiz's 4 agreements. And this agreement has probably been the most challenging of all the 4 agreements for me. Don't make assumptions. Oh my goodness. Until you really start to watch yourself, watch what you say, watch what you think, you have no idea how many assumptions you make in a day. Like, wow. Everything I used to think and say practically was an assumption. I'm not saying I'm perfect, far from it. I'm still making assumptions on a regular basis, and at least I'm catching them now so that I can reverse the next steps based on those assumptions. What kind of assumptions? Gosh, just about everything. We are in a relationship with someone and we know how they tend to react to things. So we have something to tell them and we assume they're going to react in a certain way. And so we approach telling them with dread. And what's interesting about making these kinds of assumptions is that very often we project a reality. I did a Facebook Live on this some time ago where people will live up to our expectations. And if you assume that somebody is going to act in a certain way, it's very likely they will, unless you let go of that preconceived notion and just leave space open for them to react however they're going to react instead of assuming it's going to be a particular way. We make assumptions about how people are. First impressions. Those are assumptions. Very often people are very different from what we assume them to be at first glance. When you get to know somebody, they're usually quite different from what you initially presume. There are assumptions about what you're going to do with your day, or even about what you're going to do with your life. The universe sometimes has different plans than your ego, and you can think, oh, today I'm going to do this and this and this and this, and sometimes it just doesn't unfold that way. We can make assumptions about who we're going to see, what we're going to do, and those assumptions can sometimes restrict the flow of life. Assuming things can be another way of missing opportunities. If you assume that this is the path, this is the direction, sometimes you can miss other opportunities that will present themselves because you're so hyper-focused on things being that particular way that you miss other opportunities that present themselves. What was the name of that book? Oh darn, I can't remember. Something about the luck factor. That was it, the luck factor. The author said there's no such thing as luck. There are only people who really pay attention to opportunities and those who don't. People who pay attention to opportunities are considered lucky. People who don't pay attention to opportunities and situations are unlucky. And assumptions can put you into that unlucky category. What more do I have to say about that? I have to say that assumptions can cause a lot of strife in relationships. When you assume people are going to react certain ways, or you assume people will like something that you like, or have the same values that you have, those assumptions can cause some struggle and strife. Everyone is unique and independent. Everyone has a totally different set of value systems. And if you allow for that, instead of assuming that they are going to see life the way you see it, then it allows for an opportunity to get to know and understand that person better, and it prevents misunderstandings. I'm learning that not making assumptions makes life a lot easier. There's greater flow, there's better communication in relationships, there's just greater ease all the way around. So I invite you to pay attention to your thinking and to your words, what you're saying to people. And just notice how much you're assuming in what you're thinking and saying. And see if you can pull back on those assumptions and just allow space for things to be as they are and not how you expect that they will be. And then would love to hear the result of that. So may you have a fabulous Friday, and or whatever day you happen to be listening to this on. May that be a fabulous day through your creation. I love you. I thank you for tuning in. Mwah. Namaste.